that's fine with us.
You don't see a biological difference in that aspect?
There's genitalia in the medical books. Look it up. The areola and the breast are not part of the genitalia. So no, I don't think there's. Well, I don't think we're hardwired. I think we're. If you followed us, and you'd be welcome to do this next time we're here. Follow us and see. It's very tame. It's the Citizen Times got irritated. They're like, Barbara Blake says, "Well, there's just nothing. She says this is unremarkable." And I said, "How about that? It's unremarkable. It's natural." Barbara Blake. She said, "This is just unremarkable. I'm going to leave."
I didn't see that in our story.
No, she didn't put that. She didn't quote me at all because I kept talking about police corruption.
Can I quote her on that? On your
yes.
saying that she said that?
Right.
Then I think this is unremarkable.
I think this is I'm going to leave. That was how she left. She said, "Oh, I think this is unremarkable, so I'm going to leave." That's as direct a quote as I can give you.
Do you have any friends in Asheville? It sounds like you sort of have mixed.
Well, actually, I've been playing bridge. The last person I played bridge with was from Asheville.
Okay.
His name is Warren Roberts. He's probably the best bridge player in Asheville by a mile. The very first time I won a bridge tournament, I played with Warren, and the last time I played with Warren.
And you know City Council?
Warren Roberts is his name.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know Warren Roberts?
No, that name sounds familiar. But,
he's a well-known expert. Absolutely, put it in there.
Bridge player, friend. Okay. Now,
whom I played with. Like I say, I played on a team with him.
Do you have any friends that are in city politics or anything?
In here? No.
And you know, City Council is talking about coming up with an ordinance as do several other North Carolina cities banning the topless.
I guess that's their right to try, but I think the courts will overturn it because it's constitutionally it's not constitutionally based. You cannot.
Raleigh's had it, I think, since the 1950s, and Waynesville, a little town just west of here,
has an ordinance against it. There's only 15 cities, I believe, in America that don't have an ordinance against it. Okay, and all the rest of them do. But my point is, they're all unconstitutional. But people don't have the money to fight things in the Supreme Court in every little nook and cranny of America. But what'll happen? It'll be a following as certain areas do it. And what happens? There'll be some people that say, "I'm not going to Asheville. I don't want to take my kids." But there'll be a lot of people that say, "I want to go where they're free, where they're." Or even some golfers that say, "I like to watch."
So even if they make an ordinance against it, you will try to do this again this year?
No, I'm not an activist. I'm an advocate. An activist goes out and breaks the law to bring attention to try to change things. I am an advocate. Once the law is in place, I come and advocate it and do it. But only up to the law. We're not doing anything. There's been nothing suggestive, nothing sexual, nothing lewd. Because it's against the law.
Yeah.
So we're all for following the law, and I'm completely befuddled that people, want to make a big deal out of me coming here, following the law, and doing something law-abiding, and then constitutionally correct, and then not even looking at my video.
Have you ever met this guy? Have you ever talked to him?
I've never met him. We've emailed. He's emailed. I'll be glad to meet him. I have no hard feelings. He's like me. He has strong beliefs and he fights for them. We just are fighting on the opposite ends of the spectrum. His personal feelings and personal beliefs are what he thinks the law should be, and I believe that the law should be as it's written. And that's our big difference. He's not going to change me, and I'm not going to change him. Hopefully, I can change some people to my way of thinking. I'm sure he's hoping he can keep people to his way. But I'm all for it. I'm only holding this. Somebody asked me to hold it. I don't know why. They were passing it around. I didn't make this. This is not my sign. I didn't make it.
You had several women.
They all wanted to do it.
That was voluntary on their part. That wasn't you advocating.
I have not. Well, I asked one woman to do it because a man asked me if he said, "Could I get a picture of somebody doing that?" No, I have nothing to do with this. I'm just holding it.
No, I meant were you to ask that one person?
No, it was not.
That was not it.
It was because this man, he said, "Would you ask one?" He says, "Could you get
trying to
somebody?"
please someone to ask you.
Yeah, I said, "I'm sure these women don't." And I asked the woman, "Would you mind?" And she said she'd love to, and so she did.
Okay.
But I don't.
So you sort of have a grudging respect for
I respect anybody that puts their words into action. Yeah,
even if it's something you oppose.
Well, exactly, because I'm opposing what he believes in. He's equally as befuddled as I am about his beliefs.
Well, he's pretty. I know him pretty well. A lot of people say he's pretty clear on it.
Right, they're pretty clear. I'm pretty clear on mine, but they don't mesh.
Okay.
But he takes his beliefs and he's an action man. Puts it into action. So do I. Obviously here I am. Obviously there he is.
So you say you respect anyone who, how do you say, fights for his beliefs?
Right. If you put your walking and your talking together, he walks his he talks his talk and he walks his walk. I respect that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate it. This has been a great interview.
Thank you, sir.
And I've got your email, and I'll try to say that. And feel free if you want to write a letter to the editor or anything like that.
I will.
It's been a real pleasure to meet you. Thanks for taking the time,
Jeff,
sir.
real quick, what would be your message to the mayor after this rally's over? What's your message to the mayor?
My message to the mayor is, Mayor Bellamy, I'm very disappointed in you. You have ignored emails about police corruption. I think that's unconscionable. You have, and along with the city council, have asked the citizens not to come to our protests. And this protest is based on the exact same civil rights that has allowed her to be the mayor. Without pushing civil rights and fighting for civil rights, blacks would not be in the mayor's office. They would be at the back of the bus like they were when I was a boy, which I think is horrible. But that's what made her and made her career. We're on the same exact constitutional rights that gave her the opportunity to do what she does.
Hi. I just want to get one of those cards you're handing out.
Do you have any of the cards? Do you have any of the cards left?
Appreciate it.
And a couple.
I got one of these here. Here you go, John.
Store. All right.
I'm disappointed that she ignores police corruption. I told her in the email that I had a reason to believe it was widespread. Since they're training trainees, I have the reason to believe it's widespread. So I'm very disappointed in her for ignoring me. On my third email, she did re-email me and said that the chief of police and the city manager would be contacting me, but that didn't happen. So I'm disappointed in that too. And then for her to come in and denounce this meeting, this protest, I just find incredibly unconscionable on her part. I couldn't be more disappointed in Mayor Bellamy. I just don't have a high regard for her.
Would you tell the citizens of Asheville to support Mayor Bellamy if she runs for mayor again?
I would absolutely tell them to vote for just about anybody. I don't think she has any business being the mayor.
All right. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. It's a real pleasure.